It's Thursday. Hello, Thursday. My name is Isioma, and I'm not a public speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker, and neither am I here for self promotion. But the reason for this video is to give out some very important ideas that I think will help a lot of people. I'm going to be speaking on a topic called depression. Depression is a very popular topic that most people shy away from. The world ignores. It's just like everyone pretends not to know about depression. You pretend not to to have gone through depression. You pretend as if you don't know anyone going through depression. But the truth is that most people go into depression. Most people go into depression. That's why you hear of suicide and the rest. And those are just the few stories you hear about. Most people go into depression, and that's why that's what video is for. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I think what I'm about to say is going to be a very big it's going to be is of great value to those going through depression, or if you know anyone that is going through depression. This day, depression is not longer limited to the poor. So like those days they'll say maybe because of poverty. It's not just poverty. You know that depression can be caused by a lot of reasons, by traumatic experiences, emotional traumas, physical traumas, but several traumas can cause depression. But how do you balance? Sometimes there's some things. The truth is that there are many things that happen in life that are inevitable. But then, how are you able to balance what has happened so that you will not fall into depression? And that's what this video is about. Um, it's going to be very brief. And the first idea I'm going to be giving out is that try to be expressive. I know it's hard for introverts to be expressive. For extroverts also going through depression, they go into depression, but it's even easier to notice depressive symptoms than extroverts. When you see someone who is naturally loud and outgoing begin to become withdrawn and lose interest in most things he or she is to be interested in, then you should know that you should look at for all those stuffs. And so, but for an introvert, the person is already naturally quiet. So how do you now notice that there's something wrong with this person? And that's why you always, the truth is that you always notice. You begin to hear negative remarks like, I don't know, I can't, I don't know, self pity and the rest. So that goes for all all individuals. You begin to hear, I don't know, and these days even children go through depression. So you see the reason why this topic of depression should be taken more seriously than it is taken already. Most people go into depression, celebrities go into depression, the rich go into depression, poor people go into depression, sick people go into depression, healthy people go into depression. Healthy people can go into depression. Someone who is I don't have headache, I don't have typhoid, I don't have this, I'm okay. But do you know that that person can still, deep within the person can be sliding gradually into depression, can be caused by many things. Maybe as little as anything happening around can begin to make person fall into depression. We're not even talking about a bad mood for a moment. Depression is having a bad mood for a long time. So everyone can have a little swing of a bad mood and over it. But when you begin to see someone who is constantly in that bad mood, bringing out bad energy, not happy, you know that you should pay attention to this individual. So the first idea I want to be giving out is that try to make the person expressive. And for you who is depressed, you should try to be expressive. Try to say something. Whenever you have a very bad mood, whenever you have a very bad mood, you're unhappy, try to say something. Try to at least, even if you don't have anyone reaching out to you, try to you can sing. You can sing out. That's worked for several people. You can begin to sing out. You can begin to say different things. Just speak out. Do you know that a word you say is like pointing out a fragment of that depression? This is something that works. I've seen it work in several people. So it's real. It works. And for you who has someone who constantly goes into depression, when you begin to notice such in the person, just try to make the person speak, no matter how little. Try to make the person speak out. Just as little as "How are you?" will go a very long way to making the person feel relieved at that moment. Just a little of "How are you?" is something. That "How are you?" or that "I'm fine." Do you know the great fragment of depression that has just poured out? Then imagine when you begin to communicate with the person, how are you, what are you doing? And anytime you know and you see results, good positive results. You see that person beginning to come back alive, coming uplifted. Just try to engage the person. That's the first idea I want to be giving. And and because this try to engage the person. It's like a first aid. It's just like a first aid. First aid is not to treat the injury completely, but it's just a prevention technique to prevent the injury, to prevent further damages. And that's what speaking out means. Just try to let this person speak out, pour out what you want to say, pour out what is bothering you. With time, the person begin to become comfortable and begin to might even begin to tell you, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm going through. And but if you don't reach out to the person, if you don't ask the person how are you, why are you alone, how will you know that? How will the person ever get well? And that's what causes suicide and the rest. So if I want this to be a suggestive session, like I said, a suggestive session where you bring your own ideas or suggestions on how we can prevent depression, how we can kill depression completely from the society that is eating, because depression is eating us up. It's eating up our young people, it's eating up our children, it's eating up the old people. So I want this to be a suggestive session. And so if you think this is a good idea, well, you come with a story. You come and tell us what you write down your story, tell us why, how you were able to overcome depression to help others who are going through the same issue. So just you can like this video or comment, give your suggestion, comment, or you can send a message to just comment or like the video. So if you know that if you like this suggested section to go on, and if you like to share your own story, once again, I'm Isioma Jemma Okonicha. Thank you for listening, and I hope this idea, as little as it is, have a great impact on you. Thank you. See ya. Stay healthy. Stay away from depression. Speak out. Talk to someone. Speak to everyone you know who is depressed. Speak to them. How are you doing? Go a long way. Bye.